What's up, guys? Colby Cheese here with another full game ranked commentary. This time I'm going to be playing some Jarvan the Fourth. Well, the story behind this one is actually pretty funny. See, I was an earlier pick, and our last pick wanted to trade Jarvan for the jungle, so I was like, sure, why not? I like to counterpick mid lane. And so, as we try to do this, we both hit accept at the same time. And what do you know? There's a problem with that in that if you both hit accept at the same, or both hit trade at the same time, then it completely bugs out and you do not get the chance to trade. So here we are with Jungle Zyra and mid Jarvan. Now, it just so happens that I actually main mid Jarvan. If you check my stats, I have the highest win rate and most games played on Jarvan, and that is all mid lane, none in the jungle. And I don't think this guy's ever played Zyra jungle, but I did tell him, we kind of stood in the base for a little bit. I was like, alright, here's what you do. You do the Burning Bush build, you go for the Spirit of the Elder Lizard, and then you go for the Laundries. And we'll help you out with the leash, and we're going to make this work. And I had full confidence, so far, everyone is alright with it. They are a little bit shaky on their confidence, but we're going to make them believers, right? Hells yes. So I took Barrier here. I was actually taking that Barrier because I was going to play that on Zyra. Normally, I would take Ignite on mid Jarvan. Luckily, I was able to switch my masteries around. He wasn't. He's got like full AD set up for the jungling, which is actually good for Zyra jungle because it allows her to finish the jungle, although it's not going to make her any stronger for later game. But then again, Zyra is pretty damn good with just using her plants. Now you'll notice, look how low I've already got this Tweety Bird over here. I've been poking him with the Q, and what you want to do is you want to stand up close to the minion waves, you want to shove that down as hard as you can, and just poke with your Q early game as much as you can. Now, if you're able to do this well enough, and by level 2, you can actually completely kill someone right off the bat if you get an EQ combo. This works really well on champions such as Orianna, Lux, things like that. Now, looks like their Mumu was going to try and come up into our jungle and do some stuff. I don't think he was able to steal the red or anything like that, luckily, and so there we go. Now, I'm getting a little bit low because I've been getting hit with his Qs. I would not normally pick Jarvan into an Anivia lane just because it is really difficult. She can really harass you quite a lot, in fact, and especially at level 6, it gets very difficult. Now, if she's going to miss some stuff, I'm definitely going to go ahead and put some pressure on her. Now, she flashes out, so I'm not able to get that last auto attack. I do get kind of creep blocked there, and that puts me in a sort of bad position. I was like, all right, you know what? You're going to shoot that at me. I'm going to pop your egg. This is where barrier comes in handy, so I'll pop my barrier, go in, and knock out his egg, and then I'll let them know, hey, dude, mid lane has lost its egg, so you can gank it any time. Now, this is actually a really bad time for me to have to be, and the reason for that is I lost like a whole creep wave or two, so I'm like telling guys, all right, I'm going to be a little bit farther behind than I would like to be right now. So, not too good, not too good. And there we are. I'm going to go ahead and speed it up just for the rest of the lane phase. Pretty much just going to be me walking up and harassing him and farming the lane. I really like Jarvan because you can do a lot of extra damage on your passive. So if you are not aware, first basic attack on an enemy deals their current health as physical damage. And so it's pretty nice. I think they nerfed it a little bit, so it's not as good for farming minions as it used to be. But you know, overall, if you can just walk up and get an auto attack onto an enemy champion every once in a while, you're going to wreck them pretty hard. As far as the build, I'm going to go for a Brutalizer, and then I'm going to go into a Hydra, and then I'll finish off the Black Cleaver and go in for an Infinity Edge. This actually can vary quite a lot depending on the matchup and how much tankiness or how ahead you are getting. Sometimes you go for Sunfire if they have a lot of AD. There's a lot of things you can switch up, you know, depending on you want to go more of a carry assassin, or if you want to go for more of, say, a, you know, like kind of like a tank bruiser setup. But generally, as a mid lane, I like to go straight up damage build, and I've said this in the past that I really enjoy damage Jarvan more than tank Jarvan. So let me go ahead and speed this up once again. I've been talking a lot, and so okay, so right now we are pretty much down by 2 kills. It looks like. And what am I picking up here? Okay, so we have Zyra holding the mid lane for me. I did pick up my Brutalizer. That's going to make me a lot stronger against this Anivia. Couple of health potions. You always want to pick up those health potions as a, you know, mid laner, so you can avoid getting pushed out of the lane so quickly if you're taking harassment. Now, the blue buff over here she's going to go ahead and call help for there. And I'm not too worried about that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and keep on shoving. But now that we see the Nami coming up, this is where I have to respond. So I respond as fast as I see stuff happening. And I'm gonna come around the corner here and boom, knocking up right there, trying to get the kill. We do get the kill onto the Nami. And now that he flashed, I waited and I used my ultimate. Bam, right there onto the moon. We take him out. Also locking in the Caitlyn. We get a kill onto her. Now I'm getting really low here. I went ahead and popped my barrier to avoid a lot of the damage from his ultimate and my ignite, which just kept me alive there. I'm actually really happy for picking up barrier this game. As you can see, it's done me a world of good. Now that she shot her Q and used all of her cooldowns, I know I can go back in and she won't be able to have any response to me. And bam, we take out the egg once again and finish off the kill. Boom! So this puts us back in the game. Now we're at 4-4. We saved our blue buff. I was able to pick that blue buff up from the bird there, which is awesome, by the way. So really good position. That's going to help me out a lot. In fact, blue buff is really good on JarMAN for the landing phase because you want to use that Q a lot for poking and like farming those creeps. And another thing on JarMAN, I want to go ahead and farm the rays and the wolves any chance I get, as long as I'm not like directly stealing them from Zyra coming in. Now, you'll see Zyra is coming in for the gank, so I'm going to play over here and put down some wards. She's over there waiting for me, so I'm going to make it look like there's obviously no gank coming in, and I'm just going to be like maybe roaming around. I'm putting that ward there so we don't get counter jungled by the Amumu, or sorry, counter ganked. And I'm going to come right in here, right from the bush, kind of like I'm the one ganking her, and then Zyra comes in. Boom! Ultimates come in for both myself and from Zyra. Her egg was just down from the previous fight. That's an easy kill for us, and nice job. So this jungle Zyra is working out splendid, and no damage on the tower. We're gonna take this thing down from full health because you know we have no one here to worry about. I've got a ward over here from Mumu. Now he could come from this top side over here. Potentially, but I don't know where this movement was at. Let's actually take a look. Where was he this whole... Oh, so he must have just gone back to the base. So bad timing on his part, I guess. All right, so good stuff for us. And we get a turret. That puts us in a really good position. Now up quite a lot of gold, in fact. All right, so let's speed this up. And we're going to do a little bit of taking the jungle. We ward it up. And I'm just going to follow Zyra around because I can definitely make some action happen. We make him bust his ultimate, which is awesome. And we do see that the bird is coming around. So we both juke that. Boom! Knocking him up, taking him out there. Oh, almost. We just need one more attack, and I'm going to flash for this. Oh, I don't even need to. Her auto attack too strong. So there it is. Exhaust goes down on me. I'm not worried about it. We get a double kill, and I'm just going to run out. Caitlyn wasn't able to finish me off. Luckily, I have barrier. As you can see, I used it. This barrier has been so useful. I may just start running barrier from now on, man. I don't need ignite. I'm just going to keep myself alive, man. So top lane seems to be dying here. That's unfortunate. Pantheon is pretty damn strong, but that's okay. Not a big deal. As long as we are getting really fed down here, we can make a big difference into team fights. So let me go ahead and speed it up once again as we get going, and you'll see that I'm starting to pick up my Vamp Scepter so I can have a little bit of sustain as I, pick up the Wraiths and Wolves and farm in the mid lane and things like that. I really like JarMAN because you can just walk up to a creep wave and after a couple levels, you just Q it. You kill the entire creep wave with enough AD scaling. That's the great thing about going damage JarMAN is it's so easy to farm. You can get massive farm. Now, I've actually been roaming so much this game, my farm is not as good as it could have been. In fact, I need to switch things around here so you can see better. But even though I've been roaming a lot, I still have probably almost the best farm. Zach is actually farming really well, which he's on my team, so I'm okay with that. And there we go. I just walked up, queued the entire wave, took it out just like that. Not a problem whatsoever, as you can see. And now looks like we are matched up. So you can go ahead and see how the different teams are doing. Their Caitlyn is actually out farming our Ezreal a little bit, but that's okay. We'll see if we can come back into it in late game. Picked myself up a blue buff. Really nice on JarMAN, like I said. Zyra getting shut down. That is unfortunate. Wasn't able to get over there to help out, but I do take out the bird. Sit down, son. That is a kill for me. Bam, no problem. Thank you, Leona, for letting me have that. Not trying to take it. And as you can tell, I don't know if you noticed because I had it speed up, but I keep putting wards down here. This is my favorite spot to ward on the purple side because you can see the jungler coming in to gank. You can see the mid laner coming down to gank if they're roaming. A lot of good stuff. And if there's already a ward over that area, I like to put one right here, and that helps from top laner roaming and mid laners coming in. There's all kinds of stuff that is good for. So overall, just letting you know my favorite ward positioning. Bird trying to take out my turret. No thank you, sir. And I'm just going to come back in here, make sure that doesn't happen. And I'm in a really good position right now. As you can see, I've already got my Tiamats built up. And I'm just going to continue farming and be in a bouse, because right now, at this point, I am at 3-0-5. I'm in a really good position. I have great CS, so I'm in a position to where I can just continue roaming around the map and creating pressure. What you want to do on JarMAN is shove as hard as possible so that you can always have a chance to roam. And there we go. A lot of stuff happening on the bottom, so I'm going to jump in there. I waited just in time. I got 3 people into my ultimate. We picked up 1 kill there, taking out the Amumu, getting him knocked up with the second flag toss while my flag was down. Now I get shut down. That's 500 gold for them. Our Leona misses a Q. I don't even know why she came back in there. That was basically she just walked up and died, which is pretty funny, in fact. Oh well. You know, I got a couple kills for us. That was like I think it was a 3-for-2 trade, as you noticed. And we got a turret. Now we're going to make it a 3-for-4 trade. Booyah! She stayed in way too long. I don't know what she was thinking. That was a terrible idea. And so overall, we are winning this game quite nicely now. And it all stemmed from a really bad trade situation. And luckily it worked out because of the fact that we all just communicated. I followed the jungler around, helped him out, and this is overall just a good situation. Sometimes trades just really don't work out. Like, obviously you don't want to have like a jungle Soraka or some crap like that. And I don't want to hear those comments about, oh, jungle Soraka works, because that's a joke. That's definitely a troll. Even though people always ask me to do that on stream. So there we go. We took out a couple more kills there, and this is just going really well. Mumu tries to come in for the steal. Not going to happen, son. Get out of here. That is our dragon. Nice smite, Miss Zyra. And another kill for us. So let's go ahead and speed this back up. We are going to be shoving this in, and there we go. He actually pinged onto the Caitlyn there to take her out. That was an easy kill for us. Nice little combo. Jarvan Zyra is a really good combo. And now I could flash right here, but I was like, you know what? I've already been ignited. I'm low on mana. And then I saw Pantheon jumping in. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna die. I'm gonna use my flash later, next time I come up. And so that's the one thing I noticed a lot of people do, is they will actually burn their flash just because they can, just because they have it. You need to sometimes assess the situation and say, okay, if I do flash, will I get out of this? And if the answer is absolutely not, then don't use it. Also, same thing with barrier, even in like LCS. And obviously I'm not anywhere near as good as a lot of the LCS players, but I've seen some engages where they just panic and they just use barrier for no reason. There's absolutely no way they can ever get away from that situation. And they'll just, boom, barrier, well, I've got it, so I'm going to use it. And no, they don't have it for the next fight. So I think this is just something that people do as an instinct type deal, and they panic and they use their flash, they use their barrier, use their ignite, whatever it is, just because they have it, and then you don't have it for a situation that we really need it. So just something to think about. You know, trying to have that situational awareness of when can I actually use this effectively. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and let the Zyra have the blue, and I'm going to take the red, go ahead and go up top, because my goal here is to take objectives. And I see this Caitlyn up here. I was like, oh, that's an easy kill for me. So I'm just going to flash in. Boom, go for the ultimate. She's going to flash out as well. I don't care, because I can still do the EQ. Bam, Jarvan Wombo combo. And that's going to be a nice free turret for us. No problem. And we are just kind of roaming around. And I'm looking for some fight here on the bottom. I noticed that they were actually engaging, so I jump right over the wall, pick up the kill onto that Amumu. There's no way you're getting away, son. And there we go. A little bit of action happened up there. They are just going to go ahead and get out of that one. And my goal here is to steal another red. I'm trying to do as much presence all over the map as possible. So this is pretty funny. And I'm just going to roam around, look for anything else I can do. More jungle time. More jungle time. As much farm as possible. As you notice here, I'm at 150. Just kind of keeping up with our top lane, Zach. Zach's pretty much been out of this game the whole time, as you know, he's like 0-2, so he's just been farming top. He's doing fine. Like, he's not doing anything wrong. He's just being a top laner. He's just forcing Pantheon to focus on him the whole time and getting lots of farm. So he's strong enough to be useful for us. He's got, you know, his tankiness, and we're so far ahead that we didn't really even need him this entire game. We basically won it on our own, Zyra and I, and so we're doing good stuff here. And so we're going to take out this mid turret. And we have a little bit of time. As you can see, we got 4 of them down after that last engage. And this is pretty much GG. I mean, I don't know how they can come back from this. I am just so freaking strong. I can jump in and just destroy anyone. Now, we can definitely lose this game because I've lost a lot of games like this where we were so far ahead. Because people just roam around and they start getting picked off one by one. And the team slowly comes back because they're killing people higher level than them. They're getting much more XP for those kills than we are for our kills. And overall, it's just like you let them come back. And that's terrible. So here we go. This is one of those examples of a bad decision. I decided to jump on Nami because it's like, oh hey, free kill on Nami. But I get a double kill, which is usually a really good thing. But they get a shutdown for 500 gold onto me. They also take out our Zag, which he's not really worth a lot. But 500 gold plus all the assist gold, it's a 2 for 2, not worth it. It would have been better for me to just kind of back off, regroup with the team, because now we have our team coming in here, and these guys. They're probably strong enough to actually get some kills, but I've seen times where these guys will come in here. Now there's just 3 of them, and it's like, the other 3, maybe they just screw up, and then they end up getting killed, and now the enemy team's back in the game. And that's all because I was like, oh, look, free kill on Nami. Who cares, right? Group up. When you're ahead, take turrets, take objectives. It's not about kills in ranked games. It's all about winning the game, not about just running around playing deathmatch. That is not what the game is about, okay? So I'm back up. And let's see what I've got here. I'm going for my Infinity Edge. So I like to do Ravenous Hydra, Blood Cleaver, Infinity Edge. This is definitely not the most optimal build for every game, so don't get me wrong. In this particular case, I'm ahead. I'm doing lots of damage. I'm playing the Assassin role. I'm going to play Assassin Jarvan, and it works splendidly. Now, if I'm getting focused a lot and I'm taking lots of damage, I may need to actually have a defensive item. In this particular case, I do not. I want to jump on them and kill them instantly. We've got Zac for tankiness. We've got a Leona for tankiness. I want damage, and that's what I've done this game. So play your items based on your team comp and the enemy and what you need in each game. So that is my advice for that one. And overall, this build does actually work really well. The Ravenous Hydra is so awesome for farming. Plus, that extra little bit of damage from the active item is great too. I'm going to wait on the other side of the wall here to see if I can get a jump on. Now, watch what I do here. Boom! I run back because I know that he's going to try and do his ultimate, and I bait it out. I don't get hit by that. Jump in with a flash. Oh, look at that. That was so awesome. Oh, we got to watch that again. Oh, that was so hilarious. Okay, so check this out. All right, obviously, I'm going to juke that, but I want you to watch this again. That was really funny. Okay, slow it down. So I'm going to flash in for the ultimate. Boop, boop. And here comes the Nami ultimate. But watch this. Q. Whoop. That was so awesome looking. I don't know. I just thought it looked cool. And then here comes Pantheon trying to stop us. And he's going to jump on me. I'm like, dude, seriously? There's no chance in hell that you can ever kill me. And you're dead. Boom. Double kill for me. Nami Bubble is going to keep us back. We're just going to take out the turret. No problem. And that is JarMAN mid lane for you guys. If you were curious, you've probably seen lots and lots and lots of jungle Jarvans in ranked, because that's pretty much in like every game, and it's super effective. But usually they go tank, so you don't get to see this like ultra assassin Jarvan very often. And this is what I like to see. So here we go. I'm just about to back off, but then I see that a lot of stuff is happening up in the top turret there, and I'm going to come back in and get some free hits off on this one. In fact, we're going to be able to take this out. By the way, every time you're attacking turrets, put down your flag. That flag gives you extra attack speed if you weren't aware. Attack speed and armor, obviously. It's not just a little standard to jump to, but I'm guessing most of you knew that actually played JarMAN. Just for those of you that don't, now you know. And there it is, a nice little inhibitor, but I'm going to get the hell out of here because they're all coming for me, and I don't want to get caught. Woo! Yes. So he was not able to hit a Q since I was right behind the minions. No big deal. And I'm just going to head right on out of there and be good to go. So, yep, going to go ahead and regroup with the team. Got my Infinity Edge and another pickaxe. We're going to be going for Last Whisper shortly, and that way if they start to get tanky, that it will not matter to me whatsoever. So right now we can either pick up a Baron if we want, because we've got 2 inhibitors down, which is generally what I like to do. I'm like, if there's 2 inhibitors down, they're going to be forced to defend their base. As long as you have the waves, pushed up, they're going to have to defend that. Now we're going for a full-on engage, so we don't need to go for Baron because they are deciding to push out of the base. And booyah, I'm going to go for that Nami. Takes her out. Actually, Ezreal got the kill. That's fine with me. Double kill onto the Pantheon, and they are screwed. They pretty much lost. And as soon as I see a Mumu, I jump in for the ultimate. Oh, wow, look. Hi, Caitlyn. I didn't even know she was there, but caught her in that anyways. Not able to kill her because she has, like, Flash and Ghost. Holy crap. Really? Haven't seen that in a long time. That's some, like, pre-season 1 stuff right there, dudes. So, yeah, obviously this has been a GG for a long time, but I thought it was an awesome game. It was, like, really fun, especially just the early levels where, I roamed around with the Zyra, and we made stuff happen, and I just want to show the strength of mid JarVAN and maybe convince some other people to play it because it really is a lot of fun. Now, you make sure you pick it against the right people. It's really good against people like Orianna, Lux, people who don't build a lot of armor, stuff like that. It's also good because it tricks them in the pick screen to think, oh, okay, JarMAN, that's going to be jungle. But you actually go mid lane, and they try and, like, you know, they don't know what to think there. So overall, I had a fun time, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this commentary, and we'll see you around for the next one. I'm Koba Cheese. Peace out.